And my headphones went to sleep again. Ugh. Okay. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and save this. Post Iuka. First thing we're going to do is we're going to snag these 1861s. And I'm tempted to snag the 20-pounder parrots as well. I'm going to think on that, though. I've got one more battle. And we're going to put our career point into, yeah. I'm going to go economy for the immediate benefit. These guys made veteran, which is cool. We'll replace that dead gun. These guys are almost level 2. Or sorry, they didn't make veteran, they made level 2. But that's good. That's decent experience for them. I had the guns to replace it, so not a big deal. Worst hit was these guys, but it's only a handful of men. I wonder if I should push all of these units up to 300 just to deal better with battle damage. Yeah, that still leaves me 97 sharps. These guys won't be in the next battle, so they'll be fine. And we actually only got 9,000 bucks left. All right, so the next question is, who do we give the 1861s to? And I would say the new guys, except the new guys are not great shooters. So, yeah. So who's my best shooters that are not those guys? I think 66? 2-3 rifle, I think. And then bring these guys up to full strength. Oh, and before we get too far into that, let's look at the scaling for Perryville. They got 1,500 veterans and 10,000 green recruits. So I kill 4,500 of them, they get back 20,000 guys. That makes sense. 25,000. Yeah, I remember this battle. 18,000 men and 63 guns. This battle isn't too bad. The trick is to beat them to the defensive positions. Your initial defensive line is here because your guys start way the heck back here, and so they essentially have to run to get into these positions here to hold off the Confederate forces as they come across. And your guys on the right just need to line up in these woods and push them back across the river. Can be a little bloody, but it's not bad. Although with the upgraded AI, there may be more nuance to that. And also, since I'll be using 2-core, all right. It might be a little more interesting. Mainly because 2-core doesn't actually, I mean, I technically have 14 units. We can swap these guys to Harper's Ferries, but we're going to have to buy either way. And these guys are green as grass. I'm tempted to make them larger. Yeah, I can probably live with that. They take an efficiency penalty, though. Let's give them some better commanders to deal with that and to keep them in line. And I don't have the money to upgun these unless I want to sacrifice their 1-star. Oh, we could sell those. Sell those. Sell those. That might actually get them a couple guns. They gotta be vets, but the vets are not very expensive. Yeah, I can definitely live with that. And I only need a couple $100 to get them the next gun. 2,500, yeah. Sell the rest of the Tylers. Let's see if that affected the scaling any. Particularly the 2,500 size unit. Yeah, it did. So I don't want to do that. Could spend a little less money on these guys. Keep them at 275. Yeah, most of these guys did alright in that mess. Killing cavalry. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. 1861s, give them the 2-3 rifle. Ramp these guys up. Still no budge on the scaling. Well, I can't quite do it, but I've still got stuff to sell. Hey, look, I've got one Spencer carbine available. This guy's got that position's got to go to a. Let's make these guys colonels instead. I go too crazy, and then give one of the lieutenant colonels this position. Foreman's fine. So that gives me exactly 14 brigades. And a pile of Harper's Ferries. The only thing I would question here is that I might be a little artillery heavy. Let's see if that affected scaling too. A little bit. Interesting. I can't afford it. Huh. The only alternative is to bring in another division. Which I could do. I've got Phelps, who's experienced. I can use Sumner, though. For those who are watching this and haven't seen this before, the scaling is done on an average. And so what I'm doing is something that I figured out a couple of weeks ago, which is kind of sad, but since I've been playing, I've got over 700 hours in this game. But so if you create these small units, it drives the scaling back down. So what I'm doing is I call them ballast units or militia units. And they won't actually be in this fight at all, but the way the game works is it scales to these it scales to the average, and so you create these small units, and that drives the scaling back down. Wow, that actually made the scaling lower than it was before. Let's keep going with this. I might have too many large units. It's also weighted by experience. Yeah, 18,149. I'm driving it down. Snow will work. Well, I can't buy 1,000. Can I buy 500? No. Maybe. No. Runs? No. Yeah, I can't do that. But I can bring up a couple of small artillery units, possibly. Because they scaled up to 69 guns when I bumped my guys up. Yeah, that pushes it back down to 66. I think I have enough money for another artillery brigade. No, maybe not. I've only got 3,000 left. I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do. 5, 6, 7. This is 8th militia. I'm actually a little concerned that I'm not at the minimum scaling for this battle because I've now got them down to 18,000 men. But I've got 17,000. Even though I won't be bringing in 17,000, I'll be bringing in, I got 17,500 infantry, I'll be bringing in 16,000 infantry. And 6 times 12, 70 some guns. What I may not want to do is pump these guys up to 12 guns. But it's only 3 guns. I think I can probably manage. Yeah, I'll save it. This is what I'm going into Perryville with. Okay, and I'll be right back with the Battle of Perryville.